paddle, wide-handled, sanded from 60 to 100 to 220 to the biggest number that I could manage, day in, day out. For weeks, I carried that paddle around, beaver tail, wide-handled, hybrid design, kayak head, beaver tail. Cut into the water, not as balanced or ergonomic or light as aluminum, but my paddle in Green Pond, the lake where my New York parents would weekend with me every weekend. Friday night, we'd get in the car and the lights of the Henry Hudson or Sawmill Parkway would go by. The lights, and the Beethoven or Mozart in the cassette tape with those little notched wheels would lull me and my brother in that 12-year-old Mercedes with the textured ceiling, the percussed ceiling. My dad driving, as he always did, until a couple months ago when the Parkinson's, the withering, made it impossible, speaking some kind of a story that he'd made up about King Evan, that's me, the shy one, and Old Wise Matthew, the story, and the sleeping, and the canoe paddle in the trunk to bring it to Connecticut, to the lake where I would paddle, to get to this spot where the pine trees before the beetle-nosed borers or whatever, the thing that killed them all and dropped them into the lake and had to be hauled out, collecting money from all the neighbors who didn't want to spend it because they're all, like my parents, saving it. But the branches were overhanging. The branches somehow reached all the way down so I could paddle my beaver tail, wide-necked paddle the canoe by myself with the canoe turned backwards in the bow. It's the stern, but you've got to turn around when you're by yourself, slightly off to the side, so the canoe is slightly up and slightly to the side. That's the position. You do a forward J stroke, and you can go straight. And now, under, in, and there's the branches, there's also there's the little branches that you grab hold of it to slow you, because I can't quite, so you can hold on and look for some little baby sunfish, some little where the sunfish would brush a circle in the mucky bottom to lay their eggs. They would brush a little sandy circle to lay their eggs and just stay. My mother, would not be on the dock, off doing something else. Have fun, dear, with your new paddle. And all. Their house, a distant little rectangle, fit into the hillside. My dad, an architect, thoughtful Bill Moyers, looking gentle, almost Scandinavian soul, built this sort of, it disappears, you can't see. In Cirque du Soleil, just a couple months ago, my dad, who taught me how to sand and bend my knees before I lift anything heavy. And my dad is standing up after the show, but he hasn't drunk the water. He's taken the pill because the timer went off, but he hasn't drunk the water that he needs to because it dehydrates him and the muscle, and he starts to shake. He starts to shake, the steady one in the family. He starts to shake, and I reach out and I hold him. And I'm waiting for someone else to do something because I'm with him and I'm the kid. And it's not my, and it just keeps going. And there are these two blue-haired women behind him who are like, what's going on? We're trying to get out. The show is over. And I'm thinking very loudly, fuck off! And help him bend his knees back into the chair and unscrew the bottle and give him the water and let him settle and glare and unscrew and drink and acting like everything is fine in the cavernous space. In the cavernous space.